25. Right, today, we're not reading any more of the book today. We'll be doing that again tomorrow. But the last part that we got up to mentioned that Elizabeth and her family were going on a very famous ship, okay? And that ship was called the Titanic. And I have just been delivered these posters, okay? So here we've got a poster for the Titanic, and it says White Star Line, Royal and United States Mail Steamers. So it was a steamer ship, which you can see from these, which means it was powered by coal underneath, okay? So it says, first sailing of the latest addition to the White Star fleet, okay? So White Star Line were the company that created the ships, and a fleet is like a collection of ships. So it was the latest edition. It had just been designed, and it was getting ready to have its very first voyage, okay? The Queen of the Ocean, it was nicknamed, Titanic. Length 882.5 feet. Over 45,000 tons, triple screws. Beam 92.5 feet. This, the latest, largest and finest steamer afloat, will sail from White Star Line Pier 59 in Southampton all the way to New York on Saturday, April 20th at 12 noon. That's in 1912, okay? So, wow. This ship was certainly magnificent for its time. Here's another one. This says, White Star Line, first sailing of the latest addition to the White Star fleet, the Queen of the Ocean, Titanic. This, the latest, largest and finest steamer afloat, will sail from White Star Line Pier 10, Southampton, Wednesday, April 10th at 12 noon. Oh, okay, so this one is actually advertising its voyage back from New York to Southampton, and this one is advertising the first voyage to New York from Southampton, okay? So it planned to leave Southampton at April 10th at 12 noon. And then once it reached New York, it was going to come back on Saturday, April 20th. Okay, so how many days did it take for the Titanic to get to New York from Southampton? See if you can work it out. Okay, so you could make reservations at the office. Third class rates are from Southampton, London or Liverpool, £7. And from Queenstown, it was £6. Do not delay. Secure your tickets through the local agents or direct from White Star Line. Okay. So this ship, we see a lot of cruise ships now. I don't know if any of you have ever been on a cruise, but they are absolutely humongous. And this was the first one of its kind, really. And they said it was unsinkable. Now, I don't know if anybody knows what happened to the Titanic, but we'll find that out at a later date, okay? Today, we are focusing on what it was like, how it was being advertised to people, how people were talking about it, before it left for its maiden voyage, okay? So you're gonna be able to look at those posters. I'll attach them below, and I've put a little link to some video footage of the Titanic just before it left, and you can see the captain on the footage and all sorts of things, which is very interesting because it's a very, very old video, over 100 years old. So definitely have a little look at that so you can see what the ship was like. I've put some links below. What we are going to do today is you are going to pretend that you are in the marketing group for the Titanic. So you are in charge of advertising this fantastic cruise ship to people and trying to persuade them to buy tickets to come on board. okay, and to go to New York, all right? So we just looked at 2 posters that were aiming to do that. I want you to create a leaflet, and you're going to do your own research and include that all in the leaflet. Now, the Walt says use superlatives and comparatives to support descriptive and persuasive writing. So that's where this comes in, okay? So I've done a few here, adjectives, okay? Now, what do you think a comparative means? It means changing the adjective so that you can compare it to something else. So, say the adjective is tall, you were saying that the Titanic was tall. You could say, if you wanted to use a comparative and compare it to something else, you could say that it was taller than other cruise ships of its time, okay? A superlative means that it is the most of what it is. So it is the tallest ship of all time. Okay, so I've done lots of different ones. We've got big, comparative is bigger, and the superlative is biggest. Okay, so I want you to use them in your writing. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a little brief description of the kind of things that may have been in the leaflet, but you're going to do some solid research about this ship yourself because it is so interesting what happened, okay? So, I've put the information you could use was the ship was designed to be the last word in comfort and luxury, with an onboard gymnasium, a swimming pool, libraries, high-class restaurants, and opulent cabins. It was the most luxurious, magnificent ship the world had ever seen. She also had a powerful wireless telegraph provided for the convenience of passengers as well as for operational use. So telegraphs were in place in the olden days so that people could send each other messages, okay? She had advanced safety features such as watertight compartments and remotely activated watertight doors, which meant no water could get in. And she was deemed as unsinkable. Okay, that's what the White Star Line said she was, unsinkable. Okay, so you're going to create a leaflet today advertising the Titanic to people who would have wanted to buy a ticket. Now, some people were going on cruise ships to go on holiday. A lot of people at the time were going on cruise ships to move across the world to America because America was up and coming and people had immigrated there and were setting up new lives there for themselves, okay? Can't wait to see what you all come up with and have fun researching because it's a really interesting topic, okay? See you soon.